Welcome back, guys. I've been doing a tutorial where I've been painting these two little characters here. It's been broken down into a few different steps, so if you want to see how to get it to this point, go check it out. You can learn about sketching and filling, painting eyeballs, doing fades. But now we're going to tighten up our line work a little bit, add things like line variation, and then we're going to do highlights at the end. And this is really what brings it to life. This will be the last video on the series. And after this, you should get a good base as to how to paint maybe a little bit more of an advanced character and to have maybe a bit of like creative freedom with it. Figure it out yourself rather than copying, you know, a character. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go back over my purple lines and my green lines, and I'm going to add that variation. And this is what I mean by line variation. Ready? If you go thick to thin in different areas, it can really bring your character to life and give it so much more sort of depth. This depth stuff will really start popping when it comes to the highlights. I'll do at the end. And then I want to give it a bit more of like a unique feel. So what I'll do to do that is I'll just like fill in some sections just with a bit of a shape. I just, you know, like doing this with my style. I'm getting up really nice and close to be able to do this. And then we'll copy the same thing over the other side. When you move, be nice and close with your can. You do your outsides first, and then you do your insides, like this. So outside of the line, fill it in. It's one of those ones that probably seems a bit obvious when someone's doing it in front of you, but it's something that people forget. This whole tutorial I've done with one single cap. So I haven't even changed over. That's how long these things can last. If you paint with them correctly, you can just stick with one the whole time, which, you know, will save you money. Obviously it was a big thing for me. Like, you know, if I was just trying to learn how to spray paint, I didn't want to like spend bank to be able to do it. So be smart with your caps and just continue to use the same one. Like, don't flick over if you don't have to. Sometimes it's smarter to do that, but if you don't have to, why would you? Okay, we got our greens down. Time to start doing some of our purples. And then this next step is really where things will pop out. It's like, I don't know, Bob Ross is obviously a pretty decent inspo of mine because, I mean, he's like captivated the world with his work. Sometimes he'll do a technique where you'll be like, how does that look so easy, but it really brings things to life. And I think that is the type of technique that we're going to see next. So at this point, they're sort of a little flat still, but there's a technique we can use to really make these pop. It's called a highlight. When we were doing our fades, we used the top section as our light source. So it's like the sun's coming from the top. So we're going to use that same logic and we're going to add a highlight along those lines. Then we're going to cut back with our outline and clean it up. So you can see, you know, sort of gives you that beam. It actually makes those highlights and lowlights make sense a little more. Lucky for me, this thing's like high pressure right now, so every can will feel different. So it's making it harder for me, but I just have to move quicker as I go. And then this technique is same as any other one that I've taught you along the way, which is like, don't sweat it too much. You're just going to use the other color, so this outline tones, to cut it back and to make it look clean again. So this is what I mean by cutting back. You see all these edges here that like, they just go out at a blob? Well, what we do is we just grab that outline color again and we just make it thinner, like cut it back, just like this, ready? So if I add this back over the top, you can just hit your little edges like this, and thin it out. So especially here, like look how ugly that is. Thin that out. And then for me, at this point, is where I'd stand back and look at it and see bits that I don't think would work. One thing that's standing out to me is this key line around here, which we learned in one of the last videos, is it's the same color as what's on the inside. So it's sort of making it not pop as much. I'm going to change this to a white. It's going to make it look like a sticker sitting out on that wall. And I'm also going to cut a little bit into here, and it's going to separate those characters again. So let's just go over the top and let's make this white. This is the point where I'm going to do something a bit risky. I'm going to put a white line around this bottom guy, and it's going to separate it even more. But it sort of is, yeah, it's a risky technique, but why not add it at the end here? And you see how a key line can really pop things out. So there we go, we've got our two characters. This sort of taught you the basics on how to like really develop something from the ground up, absolutely every step along the way. From here, you can bring it to life with a bit of a background. I will do that just to give it a little bit more. So let's just add some of that in. Here's a little tip with bubbles. If you do 3 at different variations, 1, 2, 3, just like that. Sort of looks a little bit more like freestyle and flowing. That's about it for a character. So as you can see here, what's around it's all eroded, so it looks a little sketchy, but if this was a part of something bigger, it could look pretty nice. Maybe a few of them around the place, create a pattern. Who knows? This is something I've actually not really painted these circle madball style things before, but I mean, I had fun doing it, and hopefully you guys learned some stuff along the way. If you did, remember to check out my channel, like and subscribe, do all that good stuff. I got heaps of tutorials that'll teach you everything you need to know about murals, graffiti, street art, techniques where you can paint larger scale. And thanks for watching, guys. I'll catch you on the next one.